Hello, everybody. Welcome to the virtual edition of Experience VIU. My name is Leslie Burgoyne. I'm the Education Abroad Coordinator here at VIU, and I'm so happy to welcome you to these sessions today. I'm going to be talking about something a little bit different in the sense that it's not something for you to take action on right away. This is really important, though, to find out more about education abroad opportunities and plant a little seed in your mind to hopefully look into them more as you go through your journey at VIU and connect with us when the time comes. There's lots of really amazing experiences here, funding available for students, different ways to go about it, and we're here to help you make it happen. So thanks for being here with me. I will click on here. So what is education abroad all about? Lots of students might be really familiar with this and plan for studying abroad as part of a university experience. Others often don't hear about the opportunities until much later. So what it is experiential learning, hands-on experiences outside of what's normally our traditional classroom, a four-wall classroom, and internationally outside of Canada. And there's many different models that I'll explain to you all about what they are, and you can imagine what would be best for you. And we'll talk more about how to make it happen. I do want to acknowledge the fact that this year is unique in that we're not currently having students go abroad, and we're waiting for the opportunity to do so again, but we know for certain that this won't last forever, and we're supporting students in making their plans well in advance, so they'll be very prepared and ready to go. So a little bit more about what this means. It's really an opportunity to do it all. So you can study towards your degree, earn credits while being abroad, and having that travel experience, the adventure that you might be yearning for, especially right now, having an experience where you can really challenge yourself and have immense growth and potentially change your path immensely through the connections that you make abroad and the new experiences that you have. There's many different types of programs, as I've mentioned, to suit your preferences. We have funding available to offset lots of the costs. For instance, our exchange program has a $2,200 award that's given as a check to students before they depart to help offset travel costs. There's many more opportunities as well, and that's really our job to connect students with what those options are. So we're here to answer your questions. Even before starting at VIU, I welcome you to email me, and I'll share my information at the end of this session too. We also, our office helps to support your health and safety as a study abroad student from VIU. We have mandated travel insurance to ensure that you're covered while you're abroad in a really robust program for students. We have teams that we work with on campus and across the country to evaluate risk and mitigate it, and work with you as well to learn as you go through the process of evaluating your plans. So I think as the world opens up and students are looking for a safe, supported option, study abroad, education abroad programs are going to be really popular. So I'm happy that you're here learning more about it now. I do want to mention too, it's for everyone in the sense that lots of times we get international students who I think a lot of the audience might be in this session. I wish I could poll you, but know that even though you might see yourself already as studying abroad, which you are by joining VIU from other countries, you can still partake in an international experience, such as an exchange as a VIU student. So this isn't limited to anybody, and we definitely connect students with the resources that they may need to have a successful experience, whether that be accessibility services or other areas that support students. It really is an option for everyone, and we can help you explore that further. As I mentioned, this isn't something that you have to take an action on necessarily right now, because most students go abroad in their third or fourth year once they've established what it is to be a university student, had some success on campus at VIU already. But now is a really great time to learn about the options and plant the idea. So let's get into it. What is it? Let's talk about field schools first. So a field school is pretty unique at VIU in that we have a lot, because as you'll discover, VIU professors are a special kind of person in their passion and their dedication to students. And so we have a lot of professors that are going above and beyond by taking students abroad, often in the summer semester outside of the normal academic year, for 2 to 6 weeks on these guided tours, essentially, but it's your classroom abroad. Here's some examples of some programs that are really popular and have taken place for a number of years now. So, for instance, in a field school, you can explore the technique, culture, and experience of baking in France and Belgium. That's a really popular program for the culinary and baking students out there. Experience hospitality and tourism in Hawaii or Ghana. Totally different experiences there. One is an internship where one of our faculty members takes students to Ghana. The other is a field school through Hawaii. Both fascinating and really great experiences for students. You could immerse yourself in art, culture, and thought in Italy. This is our liberal studies program, and it's been going on for many, many years. And I have a little video that hopefully will work for us today that I'll play from a student experience on that trip. You can also, if you're in the sciences, one of our programs through the field school area is travel to biology field school to Belize with some really unique flora and fauna to explore there. And also another option if you're in the business program, and it's also, some of these are open to students in different program areas, but you can explore the world of business and management in Europe, Croatia specifically, and China. So really interesting to see what you're learning in the context of another country and culture. Okay, so we're going to test this now, where I'm going to play you a video from one of our students. This is Alyssa in Italy on the Liberal Studies Field School.
Hey, I'm Alyssa, and I'm in the Piazza Santa Croce in Florence, Italy. Check it out. So in the past week, we've been doing lectures and seminars in an Italian classroom where we learn about Dante and Donatello and the art and history that lives here in Florence. And then later in the tours, we see all of it in person. It's a little windy today. We've already visited the Duomo, which is in the center of the city. It's a huge dome that was created in the Renaissance, as well as many museums, such as the Uffizi, where we went and we studied these paintings. Very, very cool. And then there are all the churches that are here. From San Miniato to San Marco, we've been touring all of them. The program consists of 3 courses, which you can get either upper or lower level credits for, which means you're earning your degree while traveling at the same time. I love that we get to learn about the items that we see and then later in the tour, because you get that knowledge beforehand so that you really understand and appreciate the artwork when you're standing in front of it. Our next video is going to be about Venice, so see you there.
Okay, 1 second here. Perfect. I love those videos. Alyssa did about 5 during that experience, all the way through from before heading off to Italy until the end of the program. So feel free to check those out. Study Abroad with VIU parts 1 to 5. There's no better way to explore it. We also have lots of blogs on our website from students. So that's the Education Abroad blog, where you can read about student experiences. Another option for you to consider, particularly if you're in certain programs that have this built in to the curriculum, is an internship experience for which you can take that on in an international setting with an organization abroad, or also some practicum options are available too. So some programs at VIU that have this already built into the program itself is anthropology. We have students go every summer to Belgium and explore a cave site there and participate in an archaeological dig. It's amazing. Our global studies program allows for an internship experience abroad, and it's quite flexible in how you pursue that, what types of organizations. If you're in that program, you probably have a little passion for a particular cause. So I really encourage you to check that out with your program chair to start with as a good place to start. The business program also has an option for students to partake in an internship. It's quite flexible, and it can be guided a lot by you. Hospitality, tourism, similar situation there. Our education program sets up options for students in the past. They've gone to India as a group, or other practicum options have taken place in other countries in Europe and Asia. And then nursing program goes to Mexico every fall semester, and usually quite a large cohort go there to complete their practicum studies in Mexico. And it's a pretty amazing experience from what I hear. I'm not going to play this video now, but to know that there is some example of some of these programs online as well that you can explore if you are in one of these program areas. Last but not least is our exchange program. So this is an option for students who are interested in really setting off on an adventure and going to study at one of our partner schools all around the world, whether it be Australia, Japan, the Bahamas, the Netherlands, all through Europe. We have several schools in Asia that we have partners with, Australia, if I didn't mention that already. Anyway, so many options, Scandinavia. You can set off for a semester or a year and literally just become a student at one of our partner schools, return home and have your credits transferred back to VIU towards your degree. You pay for tuition to VIU, so you're not subject to international student fees at those schools. And we work with you for pre-departure activities and connecting you with the study abroad office at your host university. And many students come back and work with our office as an exchange agent afterwards and share their experience through presentations and marketing projects. So this is a really great option for a lot of students and something worth considering and looking into. Courses are taught in English at all of our partner schools. You can go to non-English speaking schools to have a really interesting experience, challenge yourself a little bit more if it's in a area that you don't speak the language, and explore language learning at the school too. And then, as I mentioned, we do have a $2,200 exchange award for students that are accepted to go in this program, and many, many are every year. And there's lots more for funding available as well for this program and the other ones. That I'm happy to talk to you about if you're interested in the details of those. This is a little quote from one of our exchange students who returned this spring from Germany. He didn't get to have his full experience there, but it was still rewarding. I like how he talks about getting out of his comfort zone, particularly in a country, in a region of Germany where English wasn't a common language. It really, he says here, allowed him to meet friends, and I think it forced him a little bit, being that far out of his comfort zone, and gain cultural perspectives towards becoming a global citizen. Brody worked with us after his experience as an exchange agent as well, so I know more about his story, and I love looking at his photos and hearing more about his experience and those of his colleagues. So this could be something that you could see in your degree at VIU. So just wrapping up here, I just want to let you know that if you do join VIU as a student, we're here to help you plan an adventure as part of your degree in any of these program areas, and to just answer your questions. There's a few things that we've highlighted that you can do once you start your studies, or now even to set off on this path. So start by considering your interest. When you start out in your courses, for sure you'll find that some topics come up that you're really interested in, or perhaps you're already interested in a particular region of the world or culture. Just put that in your pocket and keep that in mind for when you go to pursue a study abroad opportunity. Start off right away. This is good advice across the board, but get to know your profs, introduce yourselves. They're not only a great source for information outside of your classroom about opportunities that are out there, but also for references if you decide to apply to the exchange program or to apply for scholarships. It's really nice to be able to connect with those professors personally, and you have that benefit of being able to do that with the small class sizes at VIU as well. So please take advantage of that if you join us at VIU. At any point in your degree, feel free to discuss with your advisor about your dreams for studying abroad and see how you can fit that into your degree plan. And finally, just a bit of a note of encouragement to stay curious, engage in programs and events at VIU, and just stay open to new perspectives. You probably are setting off to do all of those things already, but just a little shout out of encouragement because all those things will help you in your journey to study abroad. We have 2 events every year, World VIU Days and Global Citizens Week, that are really great opportunities to start exploring the world from home at VIU if you're here in person or virtually as well. We have Global Citizens Week coming up in February and World VIU Days every November. So those are great opportunities to find out more and get yourself excited for all the possibilities while you're in university. So as I mentioned at the beginning, we're just pre-boarding now, meaning that we're supporting students in planning in a way we've never been able to do before. So I think we're going to have some really amazing applications from students for study abroad. And I hope that you are one of them. Keep this in mind and connect at any time. We are offering weekly drop-in on Thursdays from 11:30 to 1. You're welcome to connect and join me there to ask any questions that you have, or we're available by email at abroad@viu.ca, as well as on Facebook and Instagram, kind of quietly right now, to be honest. And we have an amazing collection of student blogs as well to check out on our website. And that's it for me. So once again, I'm Leslie Burgoyne, Education Abroad Coordinator at VIU, and I really hope that this information has been helpful and that I hear from you and just connect at any point during your experience with VIU. Enjoy the rest of today and the virtual Experience VIU sessions, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.